morning out there in YouTube land. New hair, who this? So I changed my hair color. I finally got around to doing it. I actually did that on Thursday. Oh, that's my coworker walking. This is what people do on lunch break. They go walking. I guess so. Keep those New Year's resolutions up. Happy New Year's! I didn't get to see you guys for New Year's and New Year's. No, I saw y'all for New Year's Eve. Ain't nothing changed. Just New Year. Happy to be here, you know. Just got off of work. Great news. My app is done. I'm so excited. It's on Google and Apple right now. I think I just need to, I guess, have some testing done. Get some beta testing done, which I probably will skip. I am like starving. I am starving. Like I'm ready to eat. Like, oh my god. So let me tell you about my New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve. Oh no, actually, let me tell you about Thursday because I'm pretty sure y'all want to know how my date went. Well, I didn't have one. You know, all that day I was just dreading. I was just like trying to think of excuses to cancel and all this other stuff. Well, what had happened was I had asked her. I was like, what time you trying to go to where we're going? And she was just like, well, I was trying to go around 7, and I was asking her other questions, follow-up questions, because I was like, yo, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? Because if you're not doing anything for New Year's Eve, we can just go ahead and cancel this and do something on New Year's Eve. I didn't say that, but that's my thoughts. And she was just like, well, I gotta work and this and that. And I was just like, oh, okay. And she was just like, are you trying to get out of this? And I'm just like, no. And I was basically like, okay, let's just do it. Like, I'll be ready at 7 o'clock. Because I didn't do that. I was just sitting there and I was just like, Mom, I really don't want to do this. But if I go, you want some lasagna or something? Because, you know, if you take me out on a date, you taking my mom out on a date too. Like, you want to get my mom something to eat too. Like, I'm not going to come back empty-handed. Like, that's rude as hell. Like, what? However, I was just like, let me do this, let me go. Because my mom was already making other plans just in case I didn't go. She was just like, I kind of want some Olive Garden, this is that. Because either way, I was getting out the house to go get something to eat. Well, about that time, she's taking forever to reply back, which I'm not even mad about. I ain't even going to be petty about that because I'm the same way. I take like 2 days to reply back. It's so awful. Like, my bedtime is 9 o'clock. I have a lot of stuff to do before 9 o'clock. So if I don't get to your message, I'm sorry. To the next day. Like, I'm so bad. Like, I have to be in bed at a certain time because I have to get 8 hours. If I do not get 8 hours, I am, as my mom says, the spawn of the devil. The spawn of Satan. Like, she just be like, you're so evil. I can tell you haven't got all your sleep. You're cranky as heck. You haven't had your orange juice. And I'm just like, I haven't had my Sprite. I switched to Sprite now. Haven't had my Sprite. Like, she can tell. She's just like, I don't want to talk to you. You're evil. That's how I am if I don't get my 8 hours. So that's why I'd be like, okay, I wasn't even mad that she didn't reply back quickly. So by the time I'm waiting for her to reply back, my mom decides what she wants to eat. She's like, well, just go and get me something from Cookout. And I was just like, okay. She was like, you gonna get you something too? I was like, yes, I need a snack before my date. Like, fat kid problems for real. Fat girl problems. I was like, you are making of a fat woman. Like, yeah. I like food, what can I say? So, I go get my mom's Cookout. I give me some. While I'm in the drive-thru line, which is pretty short for Cookout, but not really for the Cookout by my house because they're pretty darn good. Like, I'm always giving them compliments. I always use the right side just because it's just they're good on the right side. I don't know about the left side. I never go on the left side, but the right side, they know what they're doing. So I'm in the Cookout line and I get a text from her and she was just like, oh, so you still want to go? I already told my best friend I was going to do her hair. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm just like, well, shoot, you already made plans. I'm just like, how you going to make plans when we had plans? And she was just like, well, I didn't think you really was going to come out. And I'm just like, I mean, you didn't catch me today. We ain't going out today. You see how hard it was to get me out today. It's going to be hard for you to catch me any other day. It's going to be hard to reschedule. Dude, if you don't speed, I'm gonna just get over in front of you. Let's just do that. Like, you see that I was about to get over. However, you just gonna chill. I'm cool with that. You can chill. this type of person. Once I'm at the house, I am at the house. I am a true old lady. I'm an old lesbian. When I get off of work, I'm going home. Like, it's good if you can catch me on a Friday or a Thursday or a day where I'm already out. This truck. Really truck? Really truck? Okay, truck. Okay, truck. Alright, truck. I don't know why you're in the fast lane, truck. They don't follow the rules, the laws here in North Carolina at all. But that's cool. It's better to catch me while I'm already out, honestly. Because I'm just like, I'm already out. Like, I don't have to do my makeup. I don't have to do it. Don't take me long to do my makeup. It takes me 10 minutes. If you have not watched my how to do your makeup flawlessly, beat your face flawlessly for the gods, you need to go ahead and watch that right after you watch this video, because I'm pretty darn good at doing my makeup. If you haven't seen, if you couldn't tell, if you haven't seen me in person or seen my pictures or videos, I don't look like this on the regular. If you see me out in public, I probably will have some eyebrows on. Eyebrows and eyelashes. I told my mom the other day, I was like, we gotta have some Chinese up in our family because I don't have a bottom eyelid. And she was just like, nobody has a bottom eyelid. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I look Chinese. We look Chinese. But anyway, since she said she already made plans to do that, I was just like, cool. Now, you know, she let me know that she'll be working the whole weekend, so I was just like, cool. Like, I don't have to veto anybody. Like, what? That's great. It's low-key great because I told her, because she got a little upset with me. I felt like a little tense because apparently I was ghosting her, and I was just like, because our conversation is dry. And she's like, well, you don't reply back in time enough for us to get to talking. And I'm just like, that's just started. That recently just started because I'm just like, I don't like forcing a conversation or being the one that leads the conversation all the time. Like, I don't like that. It gets annoying. It's like I'm having a conversation with myself, which I can just do. Like, you see, I'm doing it right now. Like, I'm talking to y'all, but in real life, there's no one in the car. It's just me. Like, I'm my only child. So I'm used to talking to myself, entertaining myself. So when I have to carry on a conversation every time we talk, it gets annoying. So that's why I don't really talk to her much. I'll be like, hey, like, when the conversation is pretty much the same, I'm used to it. So yeah. So yeah, and that happened. I don't understand why people are driving slow in the fast lane. It's like, get over. There's so many more lanes. Get over. People, how they drive, it's annoying. So yeah, she got a little upset about that, and I'm just like, man, whatever. So my other plans was to get a pedicure and re-up. Remember, the only reason why I'm getting a pedicure is to re-up. I just don't understand why people are going slow. So remember, I was going to re-up with this girl who likes me or whatever. Or maybe she doesn't. I don't know. I really don't know. I think she does because we went on this friend date. And we were walking to the restaurant, and she was trying to grab my hand. Like, she was reaching for my hand. I was just like, did you forget I'm not looking for a relationship? I'm not looking for a girlfriend. Like, that is no interest of mine. So it was a little awkward. Not even a little. But I have no problem. Like, if you try to, you know, get with me, that's cool. You can try all day. I'm going to tell you all day that I am going to be single until I'm 30. People know this about me, but they still want to shoot their shot, and that's completely cool for me. Like, cool. You want to pay to take me out to eat? That's really great to me. Like, yes, once I get 30, you know, you'll be on the top of the list. Like, hey, yeah. I'm mad I ain't made this light. I'm upset about that because people just don't know how to drive. The reason why I'm not really trying to, like, interact with her as much as I used to, because originally, like, I told her, I was like, yo, it's only because you got it's only because I'm not a type of person who just makes friends. Like, I'm so about the red flags. Like, I'm an advocate of red flags. So if I hang out with you and there's red flags, I've been burnt too many times to ignore the red flags. Like, no, what are we doing? No. So yes, I am trying to make new friends. Of course, got it. However, I am 27 years old. I don't want just no throwaway friends, no fake friends, no none of that. I want real friends. So if I can't mesh with you, I can't click with you, it don't feel right when I'm with you, if it's awkward or anything. Like, I'm mad that turning light was just for 1 second. Only one truck got through that light. They know better than that. This line is too long for that light to be 1 second, and then the rest we gotta figure it out ourselves. They wilding out. So I'm not trying to make temporary friends. I want life friends. I want some bitches. I want some female friends that I can go and travel with. Like, we can go on vacation together. Like, we're thinking about big things. We can open a business together. Not that far. Ain't nobody. I don't know. Friendship, money, no. Business with pleasure, no. So, I'm looking for real life friends. I look for red flags. And everyone I do, because it's just like, I ask myself, am I going to be able to deal with that? Will I accept that? Like, this is you. You're showing me who you really are. Am I going to be able to accept that? Like, if we go somewhere, we go to a foreign city, foreign country or whatever, and I have to be with you for like a day or two. Will I be able to manage? Like, will I survive? Like, will I not be ready to kill somebody? Like, will I? Like, this is what I look for. Like, red flags are serious. They're a real big thing. Like, they'll change your life. I have to pay attention when I get on the interstate, because I get on the interstate like somebody's after me. Everybody on the interstate just cruising. I had to remember, this is the slow zone. Get out of the interstate going 65, everybody going 50. We hang out this time or date or whatever. Like, I like Halloween. And I like Halloween because of the Halloween things. Like, I like going, on hay rides and corn mazes and, all this stuff that's not scary. I like that about Halloween. So we go on this friend date. I really didn't think it was a date. However, it could have been a date because I didn't pay for it. So because I didn't pay for it, I consider it a date. We go on this date, and first off, I'm a really good driver. I've been driving since I was 4. No, real talk. Since I was 4. Driving since I was 4. Because I lived in the country. So, do not get in my car and try to tell me how to drive. Do not do that. Don't do that. I hate that because I've been driving for so long, and safety is so important to me. And especially, do not try to get in my car and tell me how to drive. Try to tell me how to drive if safety is not a top priority to you. So if you drive and you don't use turning signals, if you do not wear your seatbelt in your car while you're driving, or while someone else is driving, if you don't do those 2 things, shut the fuck up. Don't tell me how to drive, because safety is super important to me. So that was her first mistake. She gets in my car, and the thing I usually like to do when people get in my car, I like to warn them. Not because I drive crazy, because I know how to drive and no one else does, and I have road rage. That's why I warn. Oh, this car is a pretty color. What color is that? Yes, car. That car is beautiful. It's like a green, but not green. It's like a light green. Well, speaking of not knowing, no one else knows how to drive on the road. I was going to get some gas, getting off the interstate, coming to the exit. Well, at the exit, at the light, there's 2 right turning lanes. There's a car in front of me. The light is red. Tell me why they're not going. They're not moving at all. No signal, no nothing. Like, they're all the way up. I'm just like, what is going on? They don't know that they could turn right on red. How do you not know that? It rhymes. Like, they both start with an R, right on red. Like, red light. Right, red light. Like, it makes sense, but it's just so many people don't know the rules of the road. So many people don't know what things on the road mean. So many people, it's just like, I get in the car with people and they be like, what does that mean? What does that sign mean? And I'm just like, did you not have to pass signs when you took the test? So they just don't turn right for some reason. I'm just like, I don't have time for that. I am on E, like I usually am when it's time for me to get gas. When I finally decide to get gas, I'm usually on E. So I'm over here and I'm just like, I'm gonna just go around you because there's enough space. Like, they pulled all the way up, so there's enough space for me to go around them. So I go around them. I'm just like, all right, you're not going. Freaking stress bomb. Like, I am stressed a little bit. I mean, yeah. I'm putting my 2 weeks notice in 3 days. I'm a little stressed. I don't have another job because I don't want a sales job. Like, I've been offered a lot of jobs, but they're sales jobs. They see my resume and they're like, oh, you were this, that, and I'm just like, yeah, but I don't want to sell anything. Like, I make a lot of people money. However, I want to make a lot of money. So yeah, don't do that. Don't try to tell me how to drive if you don't do safety stuff. I don't understand. Like, no, don't get it. I have a lot of friends that are just like, what's that line mean? What's that sign mean? Like, no, you don't know where stuff is. You don't know what things are. You don't know that the speed limit on the interstate, if you don't have the speed limit sign, is 65, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can't drive in my book. You don't know the rules of the road. Like, nope, don't come in my car trying to tell me how to drive. So I give people a little warning just because of that, because people don't know how to drive, and I do. I know a lot about the road because I've been driving since I was 4. Had a really good teacher. My grandma taught me how to drive because mom was like, oh, I can't do that. Like, even now when I drive, she gets in the back of the car, back seat. Like, she's just not. Nope, she don't want to do it. So yeah. Yeah, I got distracted because this person was all up on my butt. Like, I pulled down the street, they right behind me. I'm just like, bro, I don't even have time to put on a signal to tell you that I get over on the other side of the road and they're right behind me on the other side of the road. And it's just like, I'm on the wrong side of the road. What are you doing? I was just telling her about that because I was telling her, everyone knows that I don't like my job. Well, I like my job, I just don't like the people and have to get up and go to my job. So that's what I was telling her. I was just like, I don't like the commute. I don't like drive. If you ask anybody at my job that lives where I live or lives in the city I live in or live anywhere around it, like has to commute to work, they're going to tell you the same thing I'm saying. They hate the commute. People cannot drive. It's ridiculous. Like, it's not but interstate, but people don't know how to drive on interstate. So I'm telling her about that. I hate the commute because people don't know how to drive. Like, that's why I'm letting her know all about the stuff. Like, people don't know how to drive, and I have road rage because people put my life in danger with their driving. Like, they don't use signals. They be all on your ass. They don't get over. There's just a lot of stuff. So I'm telling her that, and she's just like, oh no, you sure it's not you? And I'm just like, it's not me. She's like, I have no problems driving when I drive. A few minutes later, some shit happens. Like, this truck just gets over. We're on the interstate. This truck just gets over and cuts me off. And she's like, what the crap is that? And I was just like, I tried to tell you. I tried to warn you. I don't know what it is. Like, everybody talks to me and they're just like, oh, when I drive, I don't see it. When I drive, they get in the car with me. They're like, oh my gosh, people are driving crazy. They don't know how to drive. And I'm like, yeah, I don't understand that. It's like when they see my little car, they be like, oh, I want to drive crazy. Don't nobody have time for that. So just comment on my driving. We're driving on the interstate. One thing about the interstate is you drive faster than, in the communities or in a city. Like, the speed limit is 65. So she's commenting about me driving too fast or whatever, switching lanes or whatever. I'm just like, don't do that, because first of all, you do not get on the interstate slow. I hate when people do that. Why are you getting on the interstate slow? When everybody else on the interstate is doing at least 65, you're going to get on the interstate 35? No, that's how you cause a freaking wreck. I don't. Like, so that's one of the red flags. We're getting a little, like, spit spat. Like, I'm not trying to be confrontational. I was just like, okay, I'm going to let that go. I'm trying to be in my peace stuff. When I get around people, they try to interrupt my peace. I am peaceful in my mind because I know who I am. I accept who I am and I appreciate who I am. I'm not trying to change who I am unless it benefits my character. If it makes me a better person, yeah, I'm gonna change myself. Like, if I'm mean, I ain't gonna be mean. I'm gonna be nice. Like, I'm a Virgo. We self-analyze all the time. All the time we're self-analyzing ourselves. Like, it's awful. So she comments on that. Then the deal was we were going to go eat and then go to the corn maze or bowling or whatever it was. And I was just like, cool. Well, I hadn't ate. Like, I don't eat all day. Like, I eat in the morning. I eat something in the morning and then I go all day without eating. That's how I am. So I hadn't ate all day. It's like 6 o'clock. I wake up at like 6 a.m. So I haven't eaten in 12 hours. So I'm like, where are we going to eat? And she was just like, well, I was thinking about this place. I was thinking about Red Robin's. Yum. we get there and it's kind of busy, and I'm like, what do you want to eat here? She's like, not really. So we go somewhere else. She's like, well, I know a place back in the city where we were. I was like, okay, well, we done went a city over. She's like, oh, I hate that I'm using your gas. I'm like, oh, it's okay because I know you're gonna put some in, like, it's okay. So she thinks of a restaurant. Then as we're driving there, she's just like, well, the place closes at this time, and it's like 7:00. She's like, you think we're gonna get there in time? Like, it closes at like 10 or 11. She's like, you think we're gonna get there in time to do that, and then like all this other stuff, eat, then do that? And I'm just like, well, I guess we're not. And she was just like, are you really? I'm just like, well, we don't have to go there, we can just go eat because I'm hungry. I'm letting it be known that I'm hungry. And she's just like, well, I really want to go to the maze. And I'm just like, but I'm hungry. Like, you're taking me on a date. So when you take out somebody on a date, it's about what they want to do. Strike number 2. Red flag number 2. Like, no. The first strike was she's a Taurus. Taurus are kind of like Virgos, but they're just, it's like, Taurus are like Virgos on steroids. Like, they're just extra Virgo. Like, it's like extra. Everything's extra. And they're hard-headed. They're stubborn. What they want. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else wants. What they want. Like, that's what's going to happen. So, that should have been a thought, because I'm over here like I'm hungry. I compromise because I'm a Virgo. We just go with the flow. But make that mental note. I would just like, red flag. Any other time I would have been like, oh, that's not a red flag. No. Made that mental note. I would just like, okay, cool. So I was like, let me compromise. Let me we can just pick up something. Like, we can get something real quick, a snack, something fast food real quick, and we can just go on to the maze, corn maze. Like, okay, cool. So I'm high as heck. Like, we're already high because we smoked before we got to Red Robin's, because I was like, oh, I'm about to grub. Like, I'm hungry, I'm about to eat. Like, yeah, going to eat. They got bottomless fries. I'm going to eat everything. I'm going to eat the bottom fries. They're going to cut up some fries. Like, I'm hungry. So high as crap, I'm driving. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, can you put the address in of the corn maze? Because she had the corn maze. She found this. Like, well, you take me out on a date. You say you're going to take me out on a date. I need for you to have everything together. I'm a planner, but I don't want to plan because you're taking me out on a date. So she had the address, and I was like, put the address in for the corn maze. She puts the address in, and we arrive at, and we were talking about, like where we're going to eat at next or whatever. So we get closer. I'm like, yo, are we almost there? We get to the place that she put the GPS in. So we get to the place, the destination of the GPS that she put the address in. And it's not the corn maze. It's the place that she wanted to eat at. And I'm just like, what's going on? I thought you just said we wouldn't have time to eat. You want to go to the corn maze. I told you I was just going to pick up something. She was like, oh yeah, well, did you want to just pick up something here? I'm just like, no, like, if you want to eat here, this is a sit down restaurant. I might as well go to a fast food place and get me something really quick. And she's just like, oh yeah. And I'm just like, you're that high. So she puts in the address for the corn maze, and we're going, and I was just like, oh, there's a Wendy's over here. Go to Wendy's. I let her drive my car, bruh, because I was eating, like, I was ready to eat, but I didn't want her to be comment on my driving because I'm eating or whatever. I was just like, I don't want to hear that. Like, if I'm already like, I don't want to hear that, that's like, if I already don't want to hear your mouth, that is a red flag. So we finally get to the corn maze. It is in the boonies. I've been to this corn maze before, so it's the closest one here, but it's in the boonies. Like, it's a corn maze. It's nothing but corn stalks. You can't have that in the city. So it's literally in the country of our city. That's how every place is in North Carolina. They have a city and a country. So we get there, and we had some conversation, and it just, in the car, we had a conversation. Like, it's a long drive, so we had this conversation in the car, and she rubbed me the wrong way. I'm already like, I'm ready for this date to be over. Like, I'm ready for this to get over. Like, I don't even remember this. We get to the corn maze. We have to wait a little bit for the hayride. And I'm already over it. So we're waiting for the hayride to come back around. We're talking, and she's saying some stuff. And we get in this little argument thing, this little spat. And I don't like that. If I'm like, this is my like my first time hanging out. This person just did a U-turn. This is my first time really hanging out with you. There should be no confrontation. Like, there should be no reason why we're not getting along. Like, I'm a type of person, I can get along with anybody. So it shouldn't be a reason why we have a disagreement or anything like that. Or we had this disagreement or whatever, and it's just like, okay, this is just I can't do this. So I'm just like, whatever. And all that went on. So the next day, because I had to get some, like, I wanted some chocolate, wanted some s'mores. We were over there. I like, all that. She invites me to her house, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're just going to hang out, have roast marshmallows and stuff, and just hang out or whatever. Smoke or whatever. No. Set up. I'm over here thinking it's just going to be me and her. Surprise. Her mom's there. And I'm just like, oh, your mom's here. Oh, great. I'm thinking that she just set the stuff up and, and ordered us some pizza and, she's going to leave us alone. No, she joined us and her dad joins us. And I'm just like, bruh, I'm high as hell. I don't want to be high around somebody's parents. I don't want to hang out with nobody's parents. If I want to hang out with somebody's parents, I will hang out with my mom. Like, I'd rather hang out with my mom, but I would never hang out with my mom while I'm high. Like, I don't know how you are when you're high, but I want to be high when I'm high. I just want to be calm, peaceful. I want to, like, just be relaxed when I'm high. I don't want to have my guard up. When I meet new people, I have my guard up because I don't know you. Like, I don't know you. When I'm high, I'm really kind of free spirited, just like whatever. I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. So the fact that I don't know this person, like I don't know her mom. This is like pretty much our first time really interacting. She's asking me questions. And I'm high. And I'm just like, bro, I gotta concentrate. I gotta think. Like, and then like somebody else came over. Like people, like this person came over. Like her mom's inviting people to come over. Like, oh my gosh, come meet this girl that, what you call it, bro. And I'm just like, what is going on? I hate that. It's like, people don't understand that I'm pretty in real life. So they just be so excited to see me. And it's just like, oh my gosh. They just be looking at me, which is cool or whatever. But when I'm high, I am in my own zone, like in my own world. Like I'm not like new. So the fact and also she kind of left me by myself with her mom. And I'm just like, what the crap? Like I'm a people's person. Like I made the best of the situation. Like I talked to her, like I interacted, like we was best friends. However, I don't want that. I would never do that to somebody. I would not. Like I did that with a girlfriend once. Left her with my mom, and my mom was just like, that was really uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable, so I never try to do that ever again. Like, no, I'm not going to leave somebody with my mom, because I don't want them to be uncomfortable. I definitely don't want my mom to be uncomfortable, because she's going to say it. I was uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. I'm leaving the situation. So that just was like, oh my gosh, like, don't do that. And the fact that I said I don't want to be around people, because I'm around people all the time, it was just like, okay, there's people here. Your mom is inviting people over. Like, this is too much for me. I have anxiety. Like, now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I have social anxiety because I literally think about what I say before I say it. Like, I don't want to make the bad impression. Like, I'm a Southern belle. Like, appearance is everything. Like I have home training. Like my mom raised me good. I ain't trying to make a bad first impression or anything, or any impression. Second, third. Like no, I don't want to make a bad impression because I like to be a nice person. I'm a friendly person. I'm a good person. So that just completely, I was just like, man, so she's not listening to me. Like my needs are not important. That's another flag. That's another red flag. And I'm just like, bruh. But no, she was pretty good. Like she was a really good friend to have. Like she got me Erykah Badu concert tickets for my birthday and paid for a hotel for me and everything. Like she was really dope. She was really dope. Like once I turned 30 and she's still in my life and I can deal with the fact that she's a Taurus. There's like no red flags there. Yeah, number one pick. So yeah, that's why I'm pretty much not really talking to her, not really, interact. Well, not really, because she ghosted me. Like all of a suddenly, she just stopped talking to me, and I checked up on her. I was like, "Hey, are you doing okay?" She's like, "Yes, I'm doing," and I'm just like, "Okay, well, I'm here," like you still got my number, I guess, so you can reach out or whatever. And then I was just like, you know what? Why am I doing this? Because I already have red flags. Like that's the type of person I am. I forgive you, make excuses for you like crazy. It's crazy, but it was good too because she had the bud and it was free, and I was like, yo, turn up. So that's the reason why I contacted her, because it was like, yo, I'm getting low, I need to re-up. Like I finally ran out of what she gave me. I need to re-up. When she's like, where do you want to meet? I'm like, okay, the nail salon, so we can get pedicures, so we can just do this. We can feed two birds with one loaf of bread, one cracker, one slice of bread, one piece of bread. We can feed two birds. Like, okay, cool, we can hang out or whatever, catch up, and I can get my butt. So Thursday comes, and I'm just like, so we're supposed to be meeting at the nail salon at 5:30, and I had already worked out and everything. I was about to do my face, beat my face. She texted me and was like, "Are we still on?" I was like, "Yes. Do you have enough to give me some?" And she's just like, "Well, I don't have any." And I'm just like, that's the whole reason why we're meeting up. Like, I don't understand. You think I would just get out the house? What? That was the whole reason. That's what my text message has been about. Like, I'm freaking out in my head. I'm just like, okay, calm down. Because clearly, I guess I didn't make it clear that that's what I wanted. I wanted to re-up. So I calmly text her back. I'm just like, that was the whole purpose of us meeting. And she was just like, oh. And I was just like, yeah. She was like, well, I can give you my Connect's number. And I'm just like, I don't know. I have Connect's numbers, but whatever. I'll take it, because I'm just like, whatever. Take it. She was like, okay. Never got a text message back. And I was just like, you know what? Whatever. I just can't deal with people. I can't deal with people. Especially tourists, because if it ain't convenient for them, forget about it. I'm just like, well, there goes another friend. Yo, I don't think I could be friends with tourists. My sister's a tourist. My sister. You see the difference? My sister is a tourist. My sister. I had to deal with her, Not even that it's like I have like a dealt with. Like, I love her. Like, we're good. We can click. We're good. We talk out stuff. We understand when we're getting on each other's nerves. Like, we get that. Like, we got it. Like, we can feed off each other's energy. Not all Taurus and Virgos are like that. Cool, whatever. I'm not trying to deal with no Taurus or Virgo who isn't like that. Who I can't just be like, you know what I'm saying? Telekinesis. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how my Thursday went. I did not go out. I just went to cookout to get my mom and me something to eat, and I came back to the house and I just chill. Got my cookout, and it was all on the side and everything. And I had to call cookout and complain about that. But then I gave him a compliment, because I don't like complaining without giving a compliment. I was just like, my hot dog was upside down, so all of my stuff was on the box. However, they got my food right and everything was right about it. So yeah, I'm getting a free coupon for cookout in the mail sometime soon, which is cool. Whatever, I like that cookout. So that's all I wanted to say was like, yo, somebody had one job, and that was to put the food in the bag the right way. Like, who puts the hot dog upside down in the bag? Of course, all the time it's gonna fall out. You had one job, whoever you were, and you failed at it horribly failed at it. And the new boxes that Cookout has is like paper boxes instead of styrofoam. Extra dumb, because they're flimsy. When they get hot, they get flimsy. I was like, whose thought behind that is that? I called the lady. She was just like, I don't know why they have that. They should have styrofoam. I don't know who decided. I was just like, yeah, tell the manager to make orders, because they always add a onion rings. Mom be so mad, like, yeah, you got no onion rings. The manager don't know how to make orders, clearly. But that was my rant. That was my New Year's Eve. Like, it was so much going on that day. Thank you guys for watching, and hit that subscribe button right now. Go ahead and hit it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hi, loyal followers. I love you guys. I love you subscribers. All the ones who've been here since day one. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Tell your friends. I don't have friends, but you do. Tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. All right, bye. Have a great rest of your day. Night.